What? The family helping him? So the whole time the grandmama sending me subliminals when she should have been just telling me off a girl code, like, girl, he cheating, girl. He with somebody else. He with somebody. So after my heart shattered, and of course it took me years and years. Yo, party people, it's Ashley of SingleWomanChronicles.com, where being single is a beautiful choice rather than a miserable circumstance. And today's episode is sponsored by my book series, Single Woman Chronicles in Atlanta Love Story Kinda. Okay, listen, it's 2 books in the series and it's on Audible. But let me tell y'all what it's about. It's about this homegirl. Her name is Ariana. Mind you, it is a fiction novel, okay? Fiction, which means it's not real. But it's juicy, I'm telling y'all, because dating in Atlanta is very ghetto. But anyway, it's about Ariana. She's 28, and she's heartbroken because this dude done just dropped her for baby mama drama. But then she soon meets this other dude who seems to be her knight in shining armor. But will he catch her when she falls in love? I don't know. Y'all gonna have to tune in. It's actually free on Books on Google Play. So if you go to Books on Google Play, it is free. Go ahead and check it out. But it's also on Audible if you don't like to read. Okay? So I'm looking at 2 different cameras. So if you see my eyes shifting, I'm not cross-eyed. I just got 2 cameras. So welcome to my story time. Y'all get y'all popcorn, get y'all tea. Just get real comfortable, okay? So I'm telling y'all about the time where my first cheated on me, okay? Oh, Lord. So bear with me while I try to remember, because I am 33 and this happened when I was 18. So what's that? 15 years? Good Lord. So let's try to figure it out. All right. I can't even tell y'all when I met this young man because I don't remember. It's been so long ago. But when we met, he was actually in a grade over me. So at the time we met, I was a senior in high school and he had already graduated. I'm going to call him, what do I want to call him? I'm going to call him Aaron. So that's not his name, but I ain't trying to get no lawsuits. But anyway, so I met Aaron and instantly we were inseparable. Like, I seen this man every single day. Okay, I'm talking every single day. He came to pick me up. We would hang out. It was just a wonderful time. And I was a virgin throughout high school. And I prided myself on that because, like, it was so bad that men were making bets on my vagina, you guys. Men were betting who gonna hit guys first. So that's what they used to call me back in the day. By my last name, they would call me guys. So they'd be like, who gonna hit guys first or whatever. So they was making bets, but I wasn't going. I was not going. So I let him know, like, yeah, I really want to wait until graduation for my first time. And he respected that. He's like, yes, we're going to wait. So graduation comes and we actually wait. So I give him my virginity and I'm thinking like, okay, we're in this. Like, this is cool. Like, first of all, the first time we had sex, we attempted, it hurt too bad. So I was like, nah, I can't do this. Stop. But then we tried again a few days later and it was cool. So anyway, so I'm thinking we're good, you guys. I'm thinking we're perfect. Okay, I think that we're going to head down the altar soon. Because, when you that young, you think your first going to be your forever. Well, forever is a long time. And that is not what happened. So, mind you guys, so I would go to his house most of the time. He never come to my house. I would always go to his house. So, over at his house, he had like his grandmother raised him. He had an auntie that lived there too. She was young. She was like 20, I think. And it was him and it was somebody else. I can't remember. I told you I was a minute ago. So, like I said, we were perfect up until like a month after we had sex. Everything started to change. So I've always had this ability to be able to discern when it's the beginning to the end. So he started doing stuff like we would usually talk all day, or be together all day. So he would do stuff like, oh, I'm busy today, I have to work today. Or like, oh, we're supposed to do lunch or dinner one day he stood me up. Like, he literally didn't call me, didn't show up, and that had never happened because out of the months that we were dating, we saw each other every single day. I'm talking every single day. So when he stood me up, I already knew something was up, but I didn't have no proof. So it was like, whatever, right? So he had this best friend. I'm gonna call the best friend Josh. So his best friend Josh, I was asking him, like, do you know what's going on with him? Because Aaron's been acting kind of weird. He stood me up the other night, like, I don't know. And Josh is like, well, I ain't trying to be the bearer of bad news, but check his top 5 on MySpace. Okay, y'all. Back in the day, for y'all youngins, there was a website called MySpace. And on the website MySpace, there were top 5. So you could add people on your top 5 list who were like your closest friends or whatever. So I go to his page. Sidebar, before I get into this, around that same time he told me to check his top 5, I was at his house with his grandma. And so I was sitting at the table and she looked at me oddly and I'm looking at her like, what's going on? So I feel like we staring at each other like Diddy and oh boy. We just like. So his grandma looks at me and she's like, so Aaron, protect your heart. Protect your heart. I said, what? What do you, huh? She's like, I'm just saying, like, just protect your heart, like, just protect your heart, you know. What are we talking about? Ma'am, this is too cryptic for me. I'm so confused. So anyway, when she said it, I was confused, but I didn't know what to do with the information. So I just was like, let it ride. Then I asked Josh, and he told me to look at his top 5. So I go, y'all. I look at the top 5 on MySpace. So when I look at it, I notice that it's like his homie, random female I don't know. Mind you, I'm not even on there. His homie, random female I don't know. Oh, who is this? Who might this be? So the type of female I am, I've never been like rowdy or like with all the nonsense. So I'm playing chess, not checkers. So I reach out to the young lady. I'm like, hey girl, how are you? I'm Aaron's cousin, and he told me so much about you. He told me that y'all been seeing each other and it's been a good time, blah, blah, blah. I'm literally just saying random stuff. I don't know what's going on, but I felt like if I led with that, she gonna tell me something, right? Right? Y'all. Sus responded and was like, oh my God, you're his cousin. He hasn't mentioned you, but yes, girl, we've been together and dating for like the last month. I actually moved out of town to New Orleans and I just came back. And since I've been back, I've been at his house like all the time. I've been cooking with his grandmother and I've been around the family and blah, 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 blah. I would love to meet you. I'll be over there tomorrow. Y'all, the way my face done fell on the floor. The way my heart done dropped, y'all. What? So the family helping him? So the whole time the grandmama sending me subliminals when she should have been just telling me off a girl code, like, girl, he cheating, girl. He with somebody else. So after my heart shattered, and of course it took me years and years to get over this, but I feel like this is a mighty fine time to tell y'all about Talkspace, because Talkspace is what I needed after this, but there was no Talkspace back then. So I just had to pick my face up off the floor and try to mend my heart the best way I knew how. Talkspace didn't exist, but it exists now for you. So if your face gets shattered like mine got shattered, you can just get on the Talkspace and get $100 off right now by clicking the link in my bio or the link in this description. Because it be necessary sometimes, because these dudes be out here cracking our faces, don't they? But yeah, it was very disrespectful. But yeah, go ahead and click the link in my bio and get that $100 off so you can get it together like I needed to get it together. But yeah, so when my face had fell on the floor, once I picked it up, I responded. I was just like, "Oh my god, that's so great. Hopefully I'll meet you soon, but I'm glad you guys are happy." So, this is young me. So, when you're young, I don't even say you're young. When you care about someone and your heart is broken, you really haven't had a minute to process. For me, my first response isn't ruin his life. My default is kind of like, you know what? I'm gonna let you have your happiness. I'm gonna just fix it. The best revenge is living well. That's always been my default. Now, I wish my default was if this nigga ish up like he done broke my heart. Cause that's what I should have did. Cause knew me, honey, knew me. I would have been like, oh, you don't say. Actually, cousin is French for girlfriend because he just took my freaking virginity a month ago and now he's with you. He didn't tell me nothing. So we need to pull up together, girl, and confront him because him and his grandma and his family is coming together helping him cheat on us. On us, sister girl. On us, honey. But I didn't do that. I just was like, I hope y'all are happy. So my heart was ripped out of my chest. I really didn't know what to do. Like, I kind of felt like a zombie. Like, I really felt like I got hit by a car. Like in the movie Why Did I Get Married? When Sheila got cheated on by Mike and she said, I feel like I've been hit by a bus, I know exactly how she felt. So immediately I texted him and I said, I know you don't have to choose because I'm about to choose for you. I'm done. And then he called me, blew my phone up. I didn't answer. He texted me and was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't know how to tell you. It happened out of nowhere. She was somebody from my past. She came in. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to choose, blah, blah, blah. You good. I didn't talk to him. So I don't really know how I got the strength like that. But honestly, it took me years to get over that. Like, I held that in because I didn't know how to process it. Like, back then, this is '07. Ain't nobody telling you how to get over a breakup. There aren't really enough self-help books out there. Your parents ain't telling you. They're just like, oh, get over it. Your friends is like, the best way to get over somebody is get over to somebody else, which is awful advice, which really prompted me to write my other book, How to X Your Ex, a guide to getting past unhealthy relationships, because I honestly wish I had this back then. Like, I swear to God, I wish I had this book because I didn't know what to do, but I just bottled that energy up and really combusted because that was my first year of college. So you about to be out here wilding because you done already lost your virginity or whatever. I really didn't have sex a lot that first year though because I think I was still broken and I kind of didn't really know how to date, especially after being heartbroken. But honestly, it took me like 2 years to get over that and to even realize how much it affected me because one, it affected my trust in men. Like, I didn't trust them I didn't trust them with my body. And that was probably why I didn't have sex like that first year of college for real. 2, it affected the trust I had in myself. Like, I gave this person myself, my body, something that was very important to me. And he just didn't care and cheated on me. Like, that was a big deal for me. So it definitely affected that. So I really didn't know how to choose, who to choose. So I was just choosing all wrong up and through. And then 3, I didn't give myself a time to grieve. Like, I didn't grieve that. That was huge. Like, this was my first love, my first heartbreak, and my first sexual partner. And he really did me like that. And I didn't confront him. I didn't allow him to talk about it. We didn't talk again for like 2 years because I wasn't talking to him. Like, I was like, I'm good. I'm good on you. And when we finally talked, it was very wonderful because, listen, God said vengeance is the Lord's. And he mean it. Because, y'all, tell me why homegirl did to him what he did to me. He literally came to me 2 years later and was like, I apologize because I know exactly how you felt. Literally a year after we were together, an old guy came back into her life and she left me for him. All the way my heart leaped for glory. Hallelujah. 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 Okay? He's an on-time God. Yes, where's my tambourine? He's an on-time God. Yes, he is. Okay. Okay. But yeah, so that was how my ex, I met my ex, my first cheated on me, and his family helped. Tune in next week for another story time. Don't forget to click the link in my bio for the talk space for your $100 off. Because listen, I already know some of y'all done dealt with probably worse than what I dealt with. And y'all need to fix it. Y'all don't need to linger in that for 2 years like I did. So go ahead and click it. But until next time, bye y'all.